5, 4, 3. Hey, everybody, we're live. Welcome to Habanos Saturday. And before we start,
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live. Every Saturday live.
hey, we are live, right? There you go. Told you. I knew what I was doing, kind of, sort of. So, how you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. And just before we went live, I was talking
Yeah.
to you about your beautiful background, the scenery that you have behind you,
That is true.
which is not AI. It doesn't look like AI for a change.
No, it's actually real. We got a real scenery here on the yacht. It's a big yacht, so we like it. So it keeps us out of trouble and off the streets. So we're very excited.
That balcony lends itself to three different ideas.
Okay, what are the three different ideas that this balcony will lend itself to?
Okay. The first one is obvious.
No, but okay.
Smoking cigars, blowing wind across the sky.
I just like the fact of blowing. I was happy with that, but go ahead.
Then you're going to like the second one. The second one
I'm
is
sure I
making a
was.
paper airplane and throwing it as far as it can go.
Oh, I like that. That's a beauty.
And the third one is the
Yeah.
one you can only do after dark, really, is pissing into the breeze.
Oh, I was going to say, look at the stars.
Very liberating. Well, you can look at the stars whilst you piss into the breeze. That's
Well,
also...
it's a dirty job. Someone's got to do it. So it might as well be me.
No, if you don't mind too much, Steven, because I only got up like 5 minutes ago and you saw that I had my egg sandwich breakfast.
Yes, you did. Oh,
I'm
by the way,
still-
Allie, just so you know, Allie K says, good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon, Allie K. How the heck are you, buddy?
Ali, man, how are you doing? Sorry, across my legs. It's an
love the
informal
alley.
show. It's always an informal show, guests or no guests. Anyone watching, if they're really severely interested on coming on here, just come on. Steven or I will send you the link somehow. I don't know how to do all this stuff anymore.
It looks like you don't have an excuse not to smoke today, Stephen. That is true. I don't.
But Steven will always find an excuse.
All right, sure. Actually, I'm enjoying here on the yacht, on the balcony, on the yacht, on the top of the bridge, as they say. And that would now require me to send one of the servants downstairs to go get a cigar. So I may still smoke. We don't know. Right now, we're just enjoying the beautiful Saturday here in Monte Carlo.
I'm going to light up. I'm going to light
Please, you should light up. It's a cigar show. But if you check my Instagram, it's outdoors and sunny. Yes, Allie, it is outdoors and sunny. If you check my cigar Instagram, you will notice that I smoke quite a bit. But
Yeah, and you smoke a little bit of a wide range. I noticed you were smoking K Dorsey 52 a couple of days ago.
I was given that by a very nice gentleman who was using that to bribe me to do a deal. And so I was like, continue to bribing me. So he was offering me all sorts of Cuban cigars and women. So I was very happy about that. So I was like, you keep going, buddy, and we're going to get a deal done. So there you go. My love and loyalty can be bought.
I was surprised you were smoking K Dorsey 52 because I didn't know you could get Cuban cigars in the USA. As I was having a chat with Aaron Sigmund the other day, he said, I can...
let me pick that up for you. Ah, there you go. Okay.
He said, no, I can assure you, the Reza, you can get Cuban cigars in the USA. But I said, no, you can't. It's illegal. How can you? Nudge, nudge, wink. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So here's what happens. When the refugees come over in the speedboat, they bring the cigars, and that's how they get entry. So you just got to know the right people.
I'm mentioning Aaron Sigmund. There's a plethora, indeed a plethora, of cigar smokers that we interact with on here who are visiting London this month and next month. So Aaron is one of them.
Yep. Yours.
Urs is coming next week, in the next few days.
Yeah.
Jean-Marie is coming imminently soon.
And then he's going to come to London too. But thank you. I'm here till Saturday. Tip your wait staff. Try the veal. So
what's going on? Why have you called the title of this show?
Because I can't change the title, but if you look at it on YouTube, it's rechanged to the proper thing, which is why cigar influencers that don't know what they're talking about suck. So that's the title of the show.
Say that again. Why cigar influencers?
that don't know what
Wicked.
they're talking about sucks. Anyway, let me answer really quick Ali's question. Ali, yes, the Quasi-Ale whatever cigar, 52.
K. Dorsey.
All right, excuse me. The K. Dorsey cigar.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
so welcome. The K. Dorsey cigar, man, was a beauty. The gentleman I was talking to had an array. His name was Ben, and not Ben Hur, but his name was Ben, and he had an array of Cuban cigars. And he said, "Would you like to have a Cuban with me?" And I said, "Certainly." And then I'd like to have a cigar. And so the K. Dorsey was the one that he gave me. It was a beauty. I enjoyed it tremendously. I'm very glad I got to smoke it. It was a very nice honor. And he wants to do a deal with our show and the stuff. So we were talking about that, and he sent me a PowerPoint, which I'm going to read this weekend, pass it along to the boys. Who knows? We're going to be entrepreneurs now. Not that we're not already. So there you have it.
Steven, can I give you a recommendation?
You, my friend, may give me 2 recommendations.
Cigar pairing
Here we go.
with prawns.
With prawns?
Prawns and oranges is an
God.
amazing pairing.
Oh my God, can I tell you, I find cigars with anything is an amazing pairing. I had some twins the other day with a cigar, and they were lovely. So yeah, I liked it. It was a beauty. So there you have it. So we were going to have a guest today, his name is Giuliano, not the mayor of New York, ex-mayor of New York, but Giuliano was.
That's Rudy. That'd be Rudy.
That'd be Rudy Giuliano, but this is Giuliano. Giuliano is the rep for EGM and MK Cigars in the United Kingdom. Giuliano texted us moments before we went on the show and said, "Why did you call me Guillermo?" And I'm going to do it next week. And
You're berating him now. No, Giuliano, just to finish that thought, Giuliano owns MK Cigars. He's a UK distributor, or in America you would say distributor.
Distributor here in America.
Distributor.
Distributor.
I bumped into him yesterday. No, day before yesterday.
At Hildy's House of Pain. Yeah.
No, you might change his name to that in a sort of a quaint little cigar boutique in Belgravia. It's called
Oh, here we go. Tom.
That's
There
right.
we go. I knew that. All right.
That's right. I was sitting there having a cigar with Christian when I walked in, right? And we were talking
Very
about
nice.
this. He said, Giuliano was saying, "Yeah, man, I'd love to come." Well, he didn't say it in that accent, and he didn't say, "Yeah, man." He's very Italian. But he
Oh, it's
said, "I would
very
love to
tight.
come
It's
to this
like,
country."
like a little pasta and a little fusillo and give me
Molto
the
bene.
vino. Yeah,
Molto
sure.
bene.
And so for the guy who wanted to come on the show so badly and begged and pleaded, he's not here. But Giuliano, I know you're watching and listening.
No, he's a cool cat.
I got it. But just so we know, Daddy needs some EGM cigars next weekend to smoke on the show, because by the time I order them and they send it without a Bevo pack, it'd be easier if you just drop them in the post.
As the
there you
UK distributor, he has no access to any of his stock.
go. Oh, well, in that case, we don't need them. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'll buy a Lancero so I can smoke a Lancero next week.
As Jasim 2 weeks ago said, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why this thought has just hit my head. But said a lot of people get into this cigar stuff just to get free cigars.
Here's the really cool thing. I have never, because of the cigar show, gotten free anything. Now, I will say one thing. Ruben, and as the jet flies over the head here, because, you're on the yacht.
And Ruben's on the jet.
Yeah, Ruben's probably on that jet.
He's
But
probably
anyway,
flying the jet.
that's true. He's coming to get me so we can go to Havana and pick up cigars. Ruben has sent me a few cigars, which was very nice of him, that he wanted me to try. But nobody, like whether it be Davidoff or EGM, and we joke, none of them have ever sent us cigars. So everything that we do try or talk about, we've actually paid for ourselves. So who knew?
Yes.
There you go.
You're a bona fide trier and tester, as they say.
Well, and then I like cigars too. So so today's going to be a fun show. We're just going to riff.
Can I address the elephant that's sitting in the middle of this room?
Well, it depends which elephant we're going to talk about.
This is the elephant that's sitting in the middle of the room,
which is where's Princess?
Message me. The elephant that's sitting in the middle of the room is, where's Usman?
Where's Princess? So let's tell you, Princess texted us as well an hour before the show and said, "My flight to Dubai, likely story, is running late. I don't know if I'll be in Dubai time to do the show." Now, Princess is going to the PCA thing in
What
Dubai.
is that? Do you know anything about this PCA thing? So PCA, the only thing I knew about it was in Las Vegas, or was in Las Vegas.
No. Yeah, apparently PCA is a big cigar conference. So he's going to this big cigar conference. We're very excited for him. And he was supposed to be doing the show from the cigar conference. But as we know, Princess probably ran late to the first flight because of hair and makeup. Got on the late flight. So she won't be here until next week. And then next week, they're going to bore us. I mean, tell us and recount the stories of how exciting this was. And we'll all just nod off. So there you go. So next week, Princess will be here. I think we have a couple of guests next week. Then we'll have Giuliano. We have a female guest coming on next week, if I'm not mistaken. Very famous female, by the way. So that'll be nice.
And by the way, so let's keep a few people hanging.
Yeah.
The female guest, in my personal opinion, in the next couple of years, maybe even now, is going to be one of the top female. Let's use the word that has been thrown about very easily by people who aren't this. She's an aficionada.
She is a real aficionado.
She's a bona fide aficionada, not a pretend, I'm suddenly, an aficionado. I started smoking 6 months ago and I want to fancy myself as a cigar influencer, right?
That's
none of this fucking crap, yeah?
That's true, 100%.
None of this fucking crap. And none of this fucking crap, especially the people who've been giving you crap on Instagram lately, people got very, very high opinions about themselves.
Oh, do you want me to read that one from that one person?
Yeah, I don't want you to read it, Stephen. Please don't read it.
I will not read it. Anyway, I could.
No, that was I was baiting you.
I know you were. All right, hold on. Let me just pull. As they said in Blazing Saddles. Let me whip this out. So we had, I guess.
Okay. There's only one thing I would like for you to do.
Yes.
You can read it, but don't read who it's from.
Oh, that's fine. I won't do that. That's because that person's a moron. And they were complaining that we weren't nice and we weren't respectful to women and all this other stuff. And I told them that my mother was a woman, and I love
mine too.
There you go. I got to look for it. There's too many comments to try to find it at this point. They're all. This person is pushed down to the bottom, so I don't really care. But basically, they said I called apparently on the one show with Jazz. I said they're a bunch of pussies. And she said, that's so disrespectful to women. And I wrote back and I said, it wasn't really meant to.
Where does the word pussy come from? It comes from pusillanimous. Pusillanimous means someone who is
a pussy.
A cowardly person. That's where it comes from. Yeah. If people don't know that, that's based on their own fucking ignorance, their own stupidity. It is what it is.
Right.
I know we live in a very, very sensitive world, Stephen. I know you're quite sensitive about this. You're sensitive to the sensitivity of others. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yes.
That's where you are, right? Yeah, but I'm not sensitive to the sensitivity of others. I'm allergic to the sensitivity of others. Right. Okay. As I said last week, as I said the week before, right? I think we're when people come onto this show, I think we're quite respectful. We have. There's humor. Humor is the sugar that makes the medicine go down, if you know what I mean.
Or your daddy, depending on what you are. Yeah, sure. Sugar daddy. Never mind. Work with me later. So
sugar daddy. Anyway, but the thing is this. You guys are disrespectful of women. Fuck you. Yep. No, we're not. We're really respectful. Fuck you all. True. Anyone who says that.
Well, the problem with this person was, if I may, was the fact that they have to understand the context of the show. The show, and they didn't see the whole show. We showed the short on Instagram, and I said the people that are complaining about this were pussies. So this sensitive little girl took it to mean that we were referring to women as pussies. She was a victim. And what really annoyed me, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't really have the time or the mental capacity or the crayons to explain it to her, is listen, if you're sensitive and you are a pussy, that's not my problem. Then you know what? If you don't like what we say or what we do, don't watch the fucking show.
Do you know who the most sensitive person is? Do you know who the most sensitive person is? It's Usman. And we dig into
Oh my God, please. Oh, he cries at everything. Please. There's a box of tissues near when we smoke cigars after the show. He's crying. He's so happy. Yeah.
So this thing has been at the forefront of my mind. Even yesterday, I did a cheeky little post about. This includes myself, by the way. I throw myself in the mix here. I try not to take myself too seriously.
Oh, nobody takes you seriously, so you're fine.
But within that, one takes oneself seriously, And the other thing is, there's too many people out there who are, they're vying for market space, they're vying for voice, That's really cool.
Right.
That's really nice. Be creative, do something creative.
Yeah.
But it's getting a little bit tiring. You need a little bit of sort of diversity and sort of like
Yeah.
creativity, something new, something special. It's always the same kind of thing when it comes to the cigar world.
So let's do this. So let's talk about the fake influencers that are trying to ruin or run the industry. So the people that think they're cigar aficionados that really have no clue. And listen, I'll be the first one to say I am not a cigar aficionado. I enjoy cigars. I have enough of an understanding to have a dialogue with it. I mean, Riza much more knowledgeable than I am. Usman, of course, is next level. The guest that we have on the show, the female guest we're going to have next week is off the charts. Aaron Sigmund off the charts. Of course, AJ Patel we had on off the charts. So we're very fortunate to have them, and they're
Jasim off the charts.
Jasim off the charts. So these people really, they live and breathe it. I just smoke 50 of them a week, and I just enjoy it, right? So
Jean-Marie,
John Marie, yours, all these guys. Yes, they're all
Urs.
aficionados. Yep.
We've had quite. We're kind of lucky.
Yes.
We've had people from the cigar world
Yeah.
on this this is more, I think of this as a bit of Wayne's World, right? Sort of a private network TV show, right? Where you've got a couple of guys who just get together and they do what they have to do and people drop in, they drop out, right? But we're very lucky. We're getting really cool beans, really cool beans, really cool cats who know something about the industry. As you know, in their own right, they've really out-achieved everyone else. But they're coming from various different backgrounds, and they're all coming onto the show. And I dig that, because what it means is I think we might be striking an accord as that kind of open microphone kind of thing. You know, when you got the open microphone, you can come and say what you want. And even like, we had on 3 weeks ago, we had Amy on, and she was disgruntled about, the things that, for example, that Jasim had said. But it's an open mic. Come, speak, say things out loud respectfully, and go away.
Unless that person that was yesterday being a pussy on Instagram comes on, and then we'll just tear her a new one because she's weak. Anyway, and no disrespect, if you were a guy and you wrote the same comment, I would call you the same thing. So that's what I was saying to her. I said the comment, if you watch the whole show, wasn't meant to drive towards women. It was just meant as a general statement that these people that do this XYZ type of thing are pussies. And that was it. And so she took it to mean that was offensive to women. I can't say woman, women. And I was like, no, that's not
some people are already perturbed and they just want to air their perturbation, I guess.
And that was it. So now we gave you your 15 seconds of fame, and you can go play my favorite game. And that's it. So anyway, but yeah, we are very fortunate to have these people. They come on the show, they educate the fans, and we have, according to Riza, which is true because we talk to them. People want to start lining up to come on and share their knowledge and enjoy the fans, which is also kind of funny because when we look at our numbers, and we've spoken about this before, when we look at the videos, and I look at what's on just between YouTube and the podcasting, the live video does maybe 500 or 600. But then when we go into the podcast side, we do between that and everything, we do about 40,000, if you will, fans, if you will, a week listen or watch the show, which I thought was fascinating. Last week, we got 43,000 fans watching or listening. So not bad.
So back a little bit, no, that's amazing. And it's growing as well. A little bit back, a thought that's still hanging in my head.
Yeah.
We're talking about influencers and new styles of cigar influencers, what they're doing. There's one notable, not a big influencer, but when it comes to the cigar scene, people who put stuff up on Instagram and YouTube. So so in the group, there's a bit of a trio. These guys who watch us, they're fans of the show, with Kasim, Ali, and Miguel. Now, Miguel, his Instagram account, one of the things I like is Miguel's Instagram account is full of very, very nice photos that he takes at cigar lounges and of his cigar experiences, but he does them in sort of like a lo-fi, low down, a bit dark, a little bit sort of they're very individual, arty kind of photos. I'll encourage you to go on that. I think it's NME Cigars on Instagram. right? But I
Well,
kind of
if
like his
Miguel's
stuff.
watching, Miguel, post your Instagram, or Ali or Cosm can post it for him. So there you go.
So, notwithstanding, I mean, everyone is doing something, but you know, when they're a little bit standout, someone is doing something a little bit special, whether it's a YouTube or a podcast.
Right.
I'm beginning, since we started talking about this topic, I'm beginning to notice this a little bit more, that there are some people who actually go to a little bit of an effort to have some creative output.
Right. So if you're looking for the creative output or a little bit of effort, do not go to my Instagram, because my Instagram is, I'm about to smoke a cigar. I click a picture.
Yeah, but you're starting. That's your journey. That's your journey.
No, it's just that unfortunately or fortunately, I do have a real job, and that's, running the world and taking it over, and one country at a time. So we're a little busy, and my minions can't sit around taking pictures of me.
Stephen Almighty. So we have Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty, and Stephen Almighty. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I am getting better. And then
send me $1 billion.
Here, I'm gonna tell you a story. I met this guy who met God, and he said to God, God, what's 1,000,000 years to you? And the guy said, 1,000,000 years to me is a second. He's like, that's awesome. He goes, God, what's $1 billion to you? And he goes, it's a penny. He said, that's cool. He goes, hey, God. He goes, why? He goes, can I borrow a penny? He goes, in a second. So there you go. Anyway.
There you
go. Anyway, there's a little humor for you people in the morning. Not much, but a little. I see my other.
I love the taste of humor in the morning.
Oh my God! So next week, I think Usman is back, and he'll tell us stories of the PCA show. Now he's supposed to be doing interviews with people for us and giving us those to put on the channel. But it is Usman, and you know how Princess is, so probably not. You'll be just stuck with Usman and I again, with our guests. So. And I'm very excited about the female guest. And then on next Saturday, I will not use the word pussy, because this young lady is not. She's got balls. I said next week's show. This week's show, it's just free flowing. But yeah, so next week's show, the lady that's coming on is a true aficionado, and it's got balls bigger than, let's say, Princess does. So I'm not too worried about her. I think she'll hold her own without a problem.
So
anytime you want to jump in.
I'm discovering these things as we go along.
Yeah.
One of the good things about this show that you host, Steven.
No, it's your show. I don't know if you realize it, but it's your show. Usman and I are the co-hosts. I don't know.
One of the good things is that anyone can come on, whether you're an aficionado or not, whether you're an aficionado or not. And that's what we have. We have people who are here just to air their position in the industry and their feeling, not the industry, the hobby. Let's call it the hobby. Yeah. Some people are industry players. Actually, we've had a lot of people who are actually in the industry come onto the show.
Yeah. We had the Save Cigar guy come on. That was a fun
Save Cigar, Philip Buckthorne.
Yeah, Philip. Yeah, good. And I tagged Philip, but I think when I tag him as the pedophile, he doesn't like that. But anyway, the other thing is, it's November. So what I was going to say to people, because it's November, that means next month is December. Look at me, I know my months. We have to come up with the cigar of the year. Ezra has left us in audio only. So I'm going to do whole show.
I'm here.
Congratulations. I don't want to look at me. People don't want to look at me. Come on, come back. Anyway.
I just got myself...
God forbid. Anyway, next month we have to come up with cigar of the year. I've got 3 that are in my top 3 for cigar of the year.
I've decided on my cigar of the year, but what are yours? Do you want to go through them now?
I can tell you that one of them is the Diamond Crown, the Florida grown tobacco, that's called Tampa. I have to tell you, thoroughly enjoying that.
Who had a problem with that? Who said that was rubbish?
Aaron Sigmund told me that was crap. Then I called him out on it for fun. And he said, I didn't say all of Diamond Crown was, just that one. I'm like, calm down, Aaron. We're good. So he doesn't like it.
This the man that says Fuentes are amazing. Ooh.
I know, right? Well, and he's going to bring you one apparently in London. I heard the voicemail, so that's going to be interesting. But
amazing. They're okay. Amazing.
They're okay. Yeah, I tell you what, Opus X just came out with a number 4 series, which is $18 a stick. And I'm going to probably try one next week. A cigar, a stick. I said Jewish New York thing. It's a stick, baby. It's a stick. But anyway, so I'm going to try one of those and see. But my my cigar person was telling me that for $18, it's not a bad smoke. Then I looked at the size, and I'm like, for $18, it's a 30-second smoke. I'm like, no, Daddy needs a big smoke. The other one is the one I always pronounce wrong, which is I call it Calistoga. If Lisbon's here, you pronounce it correctly. But Winds of Your Daughter is one of my other contenders for Cigar of the Year, I must say, because that I was just fascinated. I have a box of those and the box of the Floridas, and then finally is the one I showed last week, which is the La Corona double quad, the double Corona with the quad cigar. That's a beautiful smoke. So it's tough between the three. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start smoking just those three exclusively and see which one is going to be my cigar of the year. I mean,
I think that's a category. I think that's a category to itself. The best of the shit cigars.
Wow.
So
thank you so much. Aaron would agree with you if I picked the Florida.
Well, no, he's already decided that that's Fuente.
That's a shit cigar. Yeah, I know. Aaron's already told me that's my selection is crap. The good thing is Ruben agrees that Ruben, the Winds of Your Daughter cigar is not crap because he's the one who introduced me to it. The La Corona cigar, Cigar Aficionados, the girl who rolls it here in Monte Carlo, she's one of the top 10 rollers in the world, apparently.
Oh yeah, I know someone who could take lessons from her.
Yeah, yeah, so do I. Yeah, went you yesterday. Anyway, and then the Diamond Crown was just a pure accident because I was reading an article that Florida grew tobacco, and I was like, I know it does cocaine and weed, but I didn't know they grew tobacco. And then I found out, and someone said try this, and then I was hooked. So it was a beauty.
Ali says, what Vitola of Winds of Daughter would you recommend? I would recommend any because they're probably all the same. Ali, I haven't smoked it. I can tell you.
Ali, I will tell you, I've smoked all of them. I bought the Torpedo, and I must tell you, it's just a beauty. It's just a nice smoke. You know, it's just you sit down. It's just a pleasant smoke for the price of what the cigar is. It's just a nice smoke. I bought a box. Best decision. I also bought a box of the Diamond Crown Floridas, and I love it. And the La Coronas, unfortunately, you can only get them here, but they do sell them online. And I bought a wheel of those, and I'm just, like I said, those three are wonderful. Now, Ruben gave me Juan Lopez, which I love Juan Lopez. He gave me the couple regionals of those and a few others. Beautiful smokes. Of course, the Monte Cristo #2 was a beautiful smoke. But I figure these are smokes that everybody's going to whatever. I'm trying to go for the whatchamacallit. The Pony Express, my friend, is the one that you want to get. So there you go.
This brings up a slightly serious thing. When I was talking to Aaron about this, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Let me pick that name up.
Really, the categorization of how good a cigar is must these days include the price. And that is a very warping, distorting element of this, right? Yeah. Cuban cigars, which everyone knows are much better than the shit that comes from everywhere else.
Oh my God, seriously.
No, I know, but it's better just to say it out loud than to pretend it's not the case. That is the case.
That's
Cuban
not really
cigar.
true. I'm just saying you like
no, let's not
do this Ferrari analogy crap.
Ferrari and
you like the Nova. The Nova cigar is not a Cuban cigar, and you raved about it last year.
And that's what I'm saying to you. The price element determines. I'm talking now. When I say Cuban cigars, I'm saying intrinsically it's a better product, right? But it may not be a better product by way of price.
That's not really true because the CAO Brazilian Amazon is a wonderful product that's priced at like $6 a cigar.
Yeah, but it's a wonderful product for you because it's $6 a cigar. If you had a Cuban cigar,
I've had a Cuban cigar.
No, but if you had a Cuban cigar that was, I don't know how you would judge this, but you would say it's a 10% better smoke. So if you blind smoke these cigars, and this one's 10% better, but it's 10 times more expensive, then you say, well, that rules it out. You know what I mean?
That's not true. Listen, I smoke expensive cigars as well, but it's just, to me, it's how they smoke. It's the price to a point is when someone says, "Do you like something?" Like last year you picked whatever, The Year of the Snake by Davidoff, right? I had it. It was very nice, and they got you to believe there was lavender in it, which was the best. Anyway,
No, that was Selectors. No, Year of the Snake had a zesty taste to it.
oh, it's zesty. Excuse me, but you
And
can't
it
get.
was the Selectos number 3.
Okay.
That
But
was
my point is that when I smoke a cigar, it has to appeal to me. So when I smoke something, like Ruben sent me a cigar that one of his friends' wives is making, she's doing cigar. It was a beautiful smoke. I was like, dude, if she comes out with this, I will buy these. So
But then-
I have to like it. So to me, it's not. I'm probably not the Cigar Aficionado magazine guy who's going to grade it.
No, you are. You have just as much right to express what you like as someone who's talking nonsense on Instagram about how humiliated they feel.
That's true, because they're pussies. I got it. Now, the thing is, though, I enjoy my cigars. I've had Cubans. Like when AJ was showing us his collection of cigars, I was like, I've had a lot of those cigars, and I do enjoy them. Part of the issue here in Monte Carlo is we can't get the Cuban cigars. And to Aaron Sigmund's,
It's interesting. No, but that's a very interesting thing. I firmly believe that U.S. tastes, just like tastes everywhere, are warped by the paucity of availability of Cuban cigars. Aaron Sigmund assures me you can get Cuban cigars in the U.S.
Dude, I can get Cuban cigars. That is not a problem. The issue
you know a man that knows a man that knows a man.
I know a guy. Somebody fell off a truck. A cousin of a nephew of a niece. I got.
You have a fast boat that goes to Miami and comes back. So from Miami to Havana,
it's a 75-minute speedboat ride. So we're good. I go with Ruben all the time. Anyway, getting Cubans is not the issue. It's
it's smoking them.
It's right. That's the issue. But no, to me, it's like there's this whole array. The Cubans, we have our 27 brands. I've tried them. I like certain ones. But there's so many new cigars come out, like the Diamond Crown. If I never tried it, I wouldn't know. Like the Florida Bologna, the special Tampa thing. There's a great smoke. Same with the Winds of the Daughter. A beautiful smoke. So that's what I'm saying. I'm open to trying things. Now, when I go to London or I go wherever where there's an abundance of overpriced Cuban cigars because the Habanos people want to charge stupid money for dumb things, then yes, I will be more than happy to smoke Cuban cigars and I will enjoy them just as much. So price doesn't really play a factor if it's my cigar of the year or my daily smoke or whatever. It's just all around. So if I find a cigar like a CAO Brazilian Amazon, it's, if you will, $6 or $7, and I find another cigar that's equal and it's $50, I don't need to impress anybody by buying $50 sticks. I can just go buy a box of then that's it, a stick. A cigar, I can just go buy the CAO Brazilian Amazon. So that's how I look at it in my mind.
And so, did you come out with a cigar of the year?
I have 3 that are in contention. We're going to have to do a whole show. You can't give it today. We have to have Usman here. You have to have it. The 3 of us have to do a whole show on it.
No, it's unlikely that I'm going to have it.
You really? You don't have one? I thought you said you had one.
What are we talking about?
Okay. We're talking about when Mama Bear and Papa Bear get together.
No. Which cigar? Which cigar are we talking about?
I don't know. The cigar of the year. You got one that is your cigar of the year?
Yeah, I have a cigar of the year, but my cigar of the year was picked maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And
I know which one. I know which one your cigar of the year.
I've stuck to it. And I kind of finding a consensus of people who say, yeah, that is a bit of a classic smoke. Classic in the sense that
Yeah.
Sorry?
So is it the Siglero 2 by that's
it's the Siglo 2. It's the Cohiba Siglo 2.
Yeah.
The Cohiba Siglo 2, which means the 2nd century, right? Is a cigar. I think it's been around since 94, is my understanding. Well, at least Mr. Sigmund assures me. And he said it's not really a classic. And I said classic in the sense that it is one of those cigars that kind of always delivers. It's always readily available. You always can, if you have that as a choice, you could pick it, smoke it, and 99% of the time it has a consistency of delivery and flavor and aroma. It's a very balanced cigar. It's balancing for taste, aroma, draw. And it's just the right size as well. It's like some people smoke that cigar in an hour. I stretch it to about an hour and a half upwards.
Okay.
Because I do a lot of retrohaling. In fact, I retro absolutely everything and anything, to be honest with you. But the Siglo 2, I'm waxing lyrical about it because I rediscovered it this year.
Mhm.
And coincidentally, it's Cohiba's 60th anniversary
Oh.
next year.
And we have a video, a short that's out that's taking off the charts there because of that. So there you go.
Which one is that?
The $6
Oh,
million
yes. Our short on YouTube is
exploding.
is the Ambar, the Cohiba Ambar that I was smoking at a little boutique in London called Number 6 Cavendish.
Here we go. And the funny thing is, we did that video November.
Oh, shout out to AJ.
AJ Patel. Thank you, sir. But that video that's taking off.
And Rika. And
Rika,
Marshall. And
Marshall.
Danilo.
And
Leo,
Marshall's
and
in the video. Marshall's
and
in
Jan.
the video. All right, calm down.
And David.
Anybody else? Good.
And Stephanie, who used to work there, and Daniele, who used to work there.
Show. Anyway, and so Marshall's in the video, by the way. And so thank you.
Marshall's in the video.
Marshall's in the video. Marshall
I
did a
have
great
difficulty
job.
to remember Marshall's name, so my earbuds help.
Oh, there you go. Thank God, Marshall, you're named after earbuds. So anyway, so Marshall's in the video. But yeah, so we did that in November of 24. And this year that video has skyrocketed. So I just think it's fascinating that a year later that video is exploding.
Yeah, who knows what the YouTube gods are doing,
Yeah.
but the algorithm is there's a lot of AI at work these days, in the sense that, you know, AI is dictating what gets promoted and what doesn't get promoted right here.
Right.
So anyway.
So now the topic that we are discussing was a fake cigar influencer ruining the industry. So so what are we going to say about that?
I think they're making it more interesting.
Really?
I think they're making it more interesting. They're making it more interesting because that's something in a world of experts and stalwarts and people who know what they're talking about, you need the idiots.
That's true.
In order to contrast, in other words, if you wanna have something like a sweet dessert, if you put a little salt, like salted caramel, the salt pushes the sugar up as well.
Right.
So what I mean to say is the contrast between people who know their stuff and are creative, and are cutting edge, with the people who just do the plain Jane same thing all the time, right? Yeah,
Right.
is quite a nice contrast. I'm beginning to enjoy that and appreciate that. It makes the good people look better. It makes the industry more vibrant. We have benefited from that a little bit because the discussion about this that's been stirred up the last 3 or 4 weeks has got us quite a lot of attention, as you know, right? Yeah, and I don't know if we're not really trying to benefit off it, but we riff off it. That's our thing, right? We get together 3 friends, or at least 2 friends, or at least 1 friend and 2 enemies. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We get together on a Saturday afternoon just to have a chin wag and a catch up and smoke. And you said, let's just put this on air. If anyone wants to join, they can join. So this is not a formal show. It's not an advertising show. It's not some. You know, we don't have our feet planted in any particular shop or any particular brand. We just say what we feel like. So same goes with people.
Yeah, I mean, we're okay with that. Like I said, the person that commented yesterday on Instagram was like not a big deal. It was just
that really got up your craw, didn't it? You were really agitated.
You know why? Here's why I got annoyed, because I was like, well, one, you didn't see the whole show, so you took everything that was out of context, like most pussies do, and 2, the fact that you're offended that I said that these people were pussies, and you were like, it's not. Okay, so I would like to know, other than saying
that's the voice that was going on in your head.
Yeah, it's basically, it was like Charlie Brown's teacher, wah 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 wah. So when I saw that, I just walked out of. You actually texted it to me. I walked out of a meeting and I just started to laugh, and one of my colleagues was like, "What are you going to do about that?" And I was like, I said, "There's so much I can say, so I'm just going to kind of just be cute about it." And then this person went off on another tangent, and I was like, "Hey, like, calm down. My mom was a woman, and so we're good." And so it was sort of like, and then I almost wanted to write, "I'm offended that you're offended."
Gender politics.
Yeah, you're just a weak little pussy. And then I figured I shouldn't write that because that would start a whole stir. So it's just sort of like, it is what it is. And don't watch the show. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, you know, if you're offended by things we say, don't watch. There's a great thing. It's called an on and off switch. You know, I mean, like, don't follow. I'm okay with that. You won't hurt my feelings. Like I said.
Is that Urs saying hi, Cigarland? That is
Urs saying hi. Yeah, that's
That's
his,
very
that's
Spock.
his thing.
It's a very
That's his
Spock thing.
thing.
Apparently,
Yeah.
apparently they do that in synagogues as well, don't they, Stephen?
No, well, no. In synagogue, we have a secret handshake. It involves a Ben Franklin. So don't worry about
Is
that.
it?
Yeah.
No,
So
I remember Leonard Nimoy. I
Yeah.
wonder if that's a Jewish name. Leonard
Yeah.
Nimoy.
If he could be any less Jewish. And yes, apparently,
Leonard Nimoy once said that he got that
yeah.
from synagogue.
I thought he caught that from a girl. Yes, yours says that is a Jewish thing. So that's very cool. I never knew that. I'm Jewish. Who knew that was? I can't do it. So I'm not a real Jew, I guess.
So yeah, Urs agrees. Urs agrees.
Yours
Said
agrees
yes.
that I'm not a real Jew. Thanks a lot. So and now you're going to be having a cigar with our friend.
Hang on. Do you eat bacon?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? What are you looking at me like that for? And cheeseburgers.
Do you
In
eat
fact,
cheeseburger?
I had a cheeseburger yesterday for lunch. Listen, I'm not an Orthodox. I am just Jewish, and I will defend my.
You're a JJ, just Jew.
I'm a JJ. I'm a just Jew, and I'm good with that. Listen. You can't. Can you see me on the Sabbath? I have a friend who is a real
It's not
Jew.
the Sabbath, it's the Shabbat.
Close enough for government work. I have a friend who's a real Jew. He's got 47 children because the only reason you have sex is to procreate. He's a Lubavitcher. Oh my God. When I visit him in Morristown, New Jersey, first of all, I don't even bother remembering the kids' names. There's too many. I numbered them all. So there's 1 through 14.
That's
And I
like
seriously
Charlie
go,
Chan, number 1 son, number 2
that's
son.
right. I go,
number three.
I wish I was joking, but I'm not. I go, number 3, come here. Number 7, come here. I have no idea of any of their names. And so when he tells me a story about a kid, I'm like, which number? And he's like, okay. But when I go there, they've got the 2 ovens, the 2 this, the 2 that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but I am, I can't. I enjoy life and food and everything too much, and I want to grab it and just.
Sorry. Only because I'm lighting up with this. This shout out to David, owner of Mantis. This is I don't know if I gave him a shout out. This is a beautiful lighter that he gave me from Mantis. It's
very nice. There's a plug.
There's a plug. Well, plug cigar, but that's a great lighter, David. Thank you very much. David is going to run the cigar accessories world. I promise you. Watch this space. I mean, he may already be running it covertly, but overtly he'll be running it.
Well, my cigar that has a beautiful lacquer dragon on it will be here in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Where did you order that from?
It's from
Colibri?
No, Colibri. I told you the story with Colibri. The problem with Colibri was the lighter was $200 US, which I was good with. And then they wanted to charge me another $200 US because of tariffs. And I go, for that kind of money, I would buy a real lighter. And I think
a DuPont.
Yeah, we're going to be like an ST, right? So I said, no, I'm good. So I went on where all good Jewish people go, to eBay and to Amazon. And I found.
Did you go to eBay or JBay?
Yeah, I went to JBay. I went to JBay. And what I found was there's a site called Knockoffs R Us. So I'm getting a beautiful dragon lacquer lighter that looks and clicks just like an S DuPont for like $30, and I'm happy.
I'm going to ask the splendid people at Le Fin Lam. I hung out with them a little bit in Germany.
Sure, not
so Pierre and Fabienne.
Yeah.
To see if they can make you a Le Fin Lam ambassador, because what they're doing is a great program where they're picking out people who are really stirring in the cigar world.
I'm stirring something.
And they ask you to promote their products.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm going to drop them a message to say if Mr. Even Steven Cigars. Is it Even Steven? So there's
a thing right there at the bottom.
Am I pointing in the right direction?
Right there.
Right there. Can you see Steven's thing? So right. So this is a bit of a telethon. This is an appeal and a request. This is for the emergency influencing fund for Steven. Can people just go and fucking follow him? Yeah, he's got like 2 fucking followers. Even Stevens. Yeah, can we get him up to 1,000?
Wow.
When can we get Even Steven Cigars up to 1,000? The 1,000th customer the
Yeah.
1,000th follower,
Yeah.
Steven will send him a bona fide thank you.
Oh, God, you'll be the only one I text. Thank you. Who's the one? I love this guy because he talks to me all the time on Instagram. And I can never pronounce his name. The one that I call Usman, but it's not Usman. It's
Qasim?
Qasim always texts me stuff, and I always respond to him.
The way you remember Qasim's name is Casey Kasem. Remember
Oh,
Casey
Casey
Kasem?
Kasem, yeah.
So Casey
Qasim.
Kasem's name was Casey Qasim, but it's been distorted. Casey Kasem is actually
Yeah.
Casey Qasim.
Oh,
So
very
that's the
interesting.
way to remember Qasim's name, Casey Kasem.
Yeah, I can remember. So when Casey Carson gets a hold of me, he
Mm.
texts me, and he's the one I talk to him on Instagram. So he's not the only one. So if I send you a thank you, then when we hit the 1,000th person, I will send them a thank you from the crew. So, but we're a long
You
way
give them
from
a shout out.
Yeah, we will. We'll give him a shout out on the show. We're a long way from 1,000 right now, my friend. We're like
Well, you're
300.
maybe 900 and something. No. Where are you?
909
You only
I'm
set up the account like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah, I'm 998 away from 1,000.
No, you're not. You've got about 350, 360.
Hold
subscribers.
on, I will tell you
Followers.
exactly because God
Bona
forbid
fide ones. Bona fide ones.
because that person could be listening. I don't need them to be a pussy and start crying like a little bitch. I have 345 followers right now. Very
Not bad.
And our main channel 2OF has about 4,000.
Yeah, but we want you to have more.
Yes.
Even Steven Cigars, once again, pointing over to thither. Can you
go.
see?
And the people
In
on
fact, what I'll do is I'll repost this video and blow up your thing, right?
Whoa! It's a family show. And for the people on the podcast, it's even Steven Don Cigars. So let's just make sure we get that out there.
Yeah, I wonder how you came up with that name.
Well, the story is I came home from the office. Reza tells me I have to become a cigar influencer because he and what's his face, Roy Summers. Yeah, an influencer, because he and Roy were having a discussion with like 5 other people, and they're like, Steve's an influencer. He should have his own thing. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, great. Walk me through it because I have no clue. And then he goes, we need to come up with a name. And I was like, you do that, and he did. And so hence how even Steven Cigars was born. And then I was like, oh shit, now I actually have to post. So hence you see posts and reels and whatnot from even Steven Cigars constantly.
You're a bit of a personality in the sort of like the lower Tampa area. It's like,
Yes,
between a couple of cigar shops, everyone knows. Oh, there he is. This
the show that propelled me into fame. I have to thank AJ Patel
in the sort of downtown district of
the one little area that I go to.
Tampa.
That one show is the one that did it.
Better to be the big fish in a small pond, than a whale in a whole ocean.
There you go. It's very flattering when people say, I saw you, or I see you, or you that guy. And then I'm like, yes, I am.
Are you him? No, what they start, are you him? And you go,
yeah.
Yes.
No. Well, first when they said, the first time it happened, they're like, you're that guy. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, no, I watched you. And I'm like, there's a little stalkish thing going on here. And they're like, no, you had AJ Patel. And then started to talk about the show. And I'm like, oh, okay, then yeah, I'm one of those guys.
First of all, they're surprised because everyone thought that you'd committed suicide in prison, but then they realized you're still walking around the street.
Oh well, thank you for that. That is wow. Fans are going to be strumming.
That came from an oblique angle, didn't it?
Yeah, see that? The fans are going to line down when they're like, let's make a note of that, shall we?
He's had the plastic surgery. He's walking around as a cigar.
There you go. Dillinger and I, we went to the same doctor. But no, so that's how the Even Steven thing came up. Cigars came on to be because we had that dialogue.
I noticed we don't have any of your career records before the last couple of years.
That's because
not a single trade can be found anywhere.
That's true. My people, and I'm talking about the Illuminati lizard people. We're just coming in and out of the world as we need to. So that's just how we're taking.
All the joking aside, right? Yeah, I really believe that.
What? I'm part of that. I really never sleep.
Well. This is a measure of how perhaps I am right now. Yeah. But the thing is this. Yeah. Actually, that's that. You know what? Let's not get into this conversation because
Yeah,
that's a
let's do it.
conversation for one
No,
of the
let's do
other
it.
shows about
No,
is it
no,
aliens,
we're gonna do it
aliens,
now.
and
Oh no, we can
like.
have it. Listen, we can have the dialogue now. We can do whatever we want.
No, but this is a bit of a, we have like we try to stay around the topic of cigars and everything, yeah. And
Hey,
cigars,
that
the
the A13 whatever coming from the other solar system looks like a big cigar. It's close enough.
the three I
Yeah.
keep forgetting the three. No, but that there's a lot of controversy around
Oh, I
whether
know.
that how real that is. AI machines have taken over and promoting this as something. There's so much.
But my friend, we can talk about aliens and whatever because last time we talked about aliens and cigars and whatever, that show did very well because people are fascinated by it because and what we tell the fans is this is the same thing you talk about when you go to a cigar lounge.
This is
So
so
this is
weird.
like-
This is so weird. I don't know how these topics drop in. About a week ago, so I have a hard time concentrating on movies these days. I'll start a movie for 20 minutes, and if it doesn't catch my interest, it'll go away, right? Yeah. But as a result, in the last couple of years, I've started watching classic movies, and classic movies tend to have better storylines, etc., etc., etc. And I'll focus on the really, really famous directors, the Spielbergs and George Lucas and all that kind of stuff, and Coppola,
Kubrick,
like classic
real
stories.
real directors, Kubrick and whatever. So.
That's right. So one of the movies I started, it was very late night, but it felt surreal. It was slightly gone. Was Third Encounters of the Closest Kind.
Sure.
And so the reason I mention this is if the aliens actually came down to Earth to communicate with us, the only way I could think of is you'd have to light a cigar with them, sit down in a sort of like, let's have a chat over a cigar and let's see all the truth come out. So that conviviality element presents itself from this product. I don't know how I managed to tie that product into aliens, but that is the best. It's the best peace pipe in the world. Is a smoke.
I agree. I think, and Steven Spielberg, since he called us before the show.
Even Steven Spielberg. Steven
Spielberg, yes.
Even Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg called us before the show, asked him to plug ET. He needs residuals because he's not doing well. So we're helping him out. There you go, Steven. You're welcome. It's a really funny alien movie, Paul. If you want to sit back.
I can't get into it. I can't get into it. I know
really?
People said it.
I like it. It's cute. Hey, did you ever see? We talked about this a couple months back. Did you ever finally watch Caddyshack with Rodney Dangerfield?
I've not got around to watching Caddyshack.
See,
I've not got around to watching Caddyshack. I don't know why. I have a certain mental block on some films, but you recommended it. I will watch it. Right?
It's just a funny, stupid golf movie. If you're into golf, it's a funny.
I'm not into golf. That's it.
But it's okay because if you're into
the
Rodney
golf movie I liked was the Hudsucker Proxy. Was it the Hudsucker Proxy? No, sorry. It's the one with Will Smith in it as a sort of a ghost who appears.
Bagger Vance.
Oh, sorry, The Legend of Bagger Vance. Not Vance. Bagger Vance.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. We're not all sophisticated Londoners.
It's not about sophisticated. It's all these American fucking hell.
First of all, I think the big thing is I should probably learn to speak English. But it's too complicated.
As an American, yes, you should.
Stop. I mean, come on. People learn to speak what I speak. It's much easier. So
I remember this. I was in 2007. I was in Central Park and with my children and their maternal unit.
Oh my God.
I was paying for tickets to go into the Central Park Zoo.
Sure.
And the lady behind the counter said, "I love your British accent." And I said, "It's just normal, darling. Your accent is wrong."
Oh my God, she must have loved you.
She loved Jews, yes.
No, she loved you. Oh, it's going to be one of those type of shows. So, I like the show. It's just very chill. Usman's not here telling us we can't do things, which is good because we've probably insulted everybody at this point. So,
Can't tell people.
Because before the show, when Usman's on, we get a lecture for about a week, about an hour about what we're not allowed to say and say. So
it's kind of cute. It's like the younger brother that tells you exactly what you're meant to do.
Yeah, like he's like, don't do this, don't do that. Be nice to this person. Don't say that. Yeah, please don't do this. Yeah, okay, well, we're good. So, but we do miss him. He's at PAC in Dubai. I'm assuming.
Well, he must be on a plane right now, or his plane.
Well, no, I think he was landing about the time the show started because we had to change the show for him.
Did he? He messaged from the air, did he?
I messaged from somewhere.
No,
How far is the flight from Pakistan to Dubai? Like 20
1
minutes?
hour, 1 hour from Lahore. I was in 1 hour 45 minutes, something like that.
Seriously? Then he should be. He's just. You know what the problem is? He's having too much fun. So.
Well, I mean, he's traveling. You know where traveling is. There's too much there.
It's an hour and a half. It's not like he's traveling to Cuba where it was like a 3 day schlep. The guy's traveling. It's like he's going to like the bathroom. I mean, come on. He's going to the loo. He's an hour and a half away. This isn't like it's some major schlep.
An hour and a half is possibly the most manageable flight length there is.
Yeah. You can fly cattle. You don't even have to fly in front of the bus. You hang out with your friends. They're not having an air traffic problem like we're having here in Monte Carlo. I mean, come on. How tough can this be?
Yeah. No, so I'm interested in seeing what kind of footage he takes, what coverage he takes.
None.
If
none.
at all.
He won't take any. He'll put it all on his stuff.
Knowing Usman, and this is the same for a lot of people. Yeah, he'll just go and find his favorites, his people, his buddies to hang out with, and they'll do the selfie shot kind of thing.
Well, who'll go see the Jazz because we had him on 2 weeks ago. You guys see him, and then he'll go see. That's the only person I know that's going to be there.
There's a few people. No, there's a few people who he knows there, which I know them by Instagram handle. I know a lot of people by Instagram handle that I haven't ever met.
Gotcha.
But I interact with them quite a lot. I won't necessarily give out shout outs to people I don't know, but Usman has a little bit of a community. Shahryar's in Dubai. Mustafa is Dubai based. Shanawaz, I don't know. So there's a very nice
you had cigars with Mustafa.
Sorry?
Didn't you have cigars with Mustafa?
Yeah, Mustafa used to be based in London, but he's now based in Dubai.
And then I remember I met Mustafa, or I watched Mustafa in The Lion King. He held up his son. People sang. I saw him on Broadway.
That was Mustafa, or
close enough. It's the same thing. And there's the circle of life.
Actually, Mustafa was on the show maybe a year ago. Not on the show, but I was bumming around a small boutique somewhere in Belgravia called
Tom. Yeah, here we go.
And Mustafa was there.
Yeah.
So if you want to see Mustafa, you go back, 100 shows, you'll find him.
Yeah, but you did. You had a You had a cigar with him, and he said you're much nicer in person than you are on the cigar show. I was like, oh, he hasn't really met you yet. So there you go. But
well, that reminds me, actually, talking about Tom and talking about places like Number 6 and whatever. There's an event coming up, the Ramon Iones Absolutos release, which is coming up in the next few days in London. So some of the major cigar shops around London are having these little events for this special cigar. So I'm going to 2 of the events. I wish I could go to the one at Number 6 Cavendish, Mr. Patel, but given the fact given the fact that Number 6 Cavendish is so well up there in desirability terms, I was unable to procure a place at your establishment.
Wow. If that is not bad, I'm surprised you're not on your knees. Do we need to send knee pads over there? I mean, man, if you're not on your knees begging,
well, these days, the smoke has gone to my head unless I'm invited.
Oh my God! Here we go. Yeah, because who doesn't want to have
you see how full of myself I look, yeah? And this is how these fucking cigar influencers behave, It's not so fucking important, right? Okay. Yeah, I go where I can get in. If I've been to AJ's events where I'm not actually meant to be at the event, but I've gone there and sat in a corner, and their staff are just their staff are not staffers. There's like a family there going there, and I say, Reza, just go sit in a corner somewhere and smoke.
Nice. Well, AJ likes you. He told me off air that he thinks of you as his special needs son. So I thought that was very nice of him. So I was like, that's good that he takes care of you like that.
Mr. Patel is sort of like a paternal unit for the cigar, the blooming cigar industry, and fashionistas and would-be cigar aficionados and aficionadas.
Are there really aficionados?
There are some real stalwarts in London, like real stalwarts, people who know their cigars inside out, or even if they don't know cigars inside out, they've been in the industry and they know the industry inside out. So either from a business perspective or from an enthusiast perspective, and I'm so ridiculously lucky. They're all within not even a square mile. They're all within a square kilometre of each other. Nice. And when you hit central London,
Right.
You are surrounded in. I mean, London is a historic capital for Cuban cigars, at the very
That's true.
least. Yeah, I say that in a serious way. But the number of people who know their stuff inside out. I mean, last week I had a quick smoke with Jimmy McGee, who used to be at Hunters and Frankow,
Right.
and is back at his alma mater of JJ Fox. And this
Okay.
guy is now the Lord Voldemort of the cigar world. He walks in, and so the air goes a little bit cold when he walks into the room. Yeah, he's got
Nice.
that presence to him, and he started out from the base. He's like the guy who starts at McDonald's behind the counter and becomes CEO of the firm. He's that type of, the
That's kind of
rising.
like that's Aaron Sigmund's story, right? He started out.
Well, Aaron
whatever.
Sigmund's story involves silver spoons and other repositories.
Oh man, that's not the kettle calling the pot black. Anyway, but
Aaron, please don't take offense. I'm a very sensitive person. Yeah, I said that I was trying to say that in a very amiable and likable way.
oh my God, Aaron's probably laughing his ass off. And he'll just get you next week when he sees you and gives you an Opus X and takes pictures of you. That'll be his blackmail pictures. So
Opus X. I did say this to Aaron as well. Yeah, and I say this to whoever from Fuente is listening. One thing I cannot take away from the Fuente, the branding is fucking awesome. I love the Fuente.
no, the branding is excellent. I agree with that 100%.
Branding is excellent. There are some cigar companies whose branding really hits the mark for me. That's Fuente. There's
Right.
Nova, Platinum Nova, really hits the mark. And the one that leads the world in branding right now, especially by way of social media figures like Instagram figures, TikTok figures, etc., is the one that we should have spoken about if Giuliano had come onto the program, is EGM.
Yeah, EGM does a great.
What does EGM stand for?
Isn't that the guy's initials, right? That's the guy's name.
Let me give a shout out to Ettore Gabriel Morascinelli.
Oh well, there you have it. So
Did
there's
I
EGM.
fuck it up? If I fucked it up, write your comments down here, delete them, and throw them away.
Yeah, and now Cigarland says London is a great for cigars.
It is. Get over us.
He is. He's going to come out cigars.
Urs. A little birdie tells me. Actually, it was a little birdie, which was quite big. It's actually Urs told me.
Yeah.
Urs is going to be in London for the number 6 event on the 11th of November, which I believe is next Tuesday.
4 days, 3 days from now.
Am I right, Urs? Am I right?
We'll be there on Tuesday. Yes.
Am I talking to air? Urs, am I right?
Urs is busy smoking a cigar. He can't be bothered, please. Yeah. But he'll be there in 3 days.
Which cigar do you think Urs is smoking? The answer is any cigar he wants.
I was just going to say, he has a collection that's pretty much, he has more cigars than most cigar shops. So, yeah, I think, no, he's on the 10th through the 14th is when our friend will be in London.
How do you even know that, Steve?
I know, we're very close. We speak all the time. So, it's right on the screen if you read it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like Urs. If it was Urs, he would say, I am there.
Yeah, okay, well, anyway, he's right. And then he says,
von the 10th bis the 14th.
Oh, my God. Great, thanks. And then he says he's bringing you his collection.
To bring with my collection. We will get to see. What do you mean you bring the collection? Are you chartering a 747 cargo?
I was just going to say, what do you
cargo version?
A cargo plane? Because your collection, my friend, is about 1 million cigars. I think he's going to bring you
a billion. We only talking billions these days.
But yeah, he has a heck of a collection. When he's on the show, I always enjoy his stories. He's like JM. I enjoy his stories, and then when you ask them about their collection, it's like, I don't know what I have. You know, he has a spreadsheet.
You mean Jean-Marie?
Jean-Marie, yes, Jean-Marie.
Not Jean-Marie.
I didn't say Jean-Marie. I said Jean-Marie.
En français, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, that's right. He's in Dubai, so Usman's probably going to go bother him.
Oh, yeah. Jean-Marie's in DXB.
Yeah, he's going to. Usman's probably calling him right now, and Jean-Marie's probably catching a flight to London.
So if anyone's watching this show, right, yeah, one of the great things about the show, it's a great fucking networking show, yeah, folks. If you're watching this, the people who are players in the industry are either watching this show, interacting with this show, or on this show. This is turning very, very incidentally, without really trying. It's turning. Actually, Steven is secretly very happy about this, given the fact that he's a because I know he's not saying it, but he's like, yes, Reza, It translates into more money. Anyway, there you go.
Right. And just let's kill this myth right off the bat.
I thought you were making flatbread there.
I was going to make something there. Let's just, talking about money and how the show does. The show has probably made about $3 in the 2 years that it's been on. So yeah, we're rolling.
How can you value the intellectual capital that this show?
Well, in that case, no, you could never value that. I tell everyone at 2OF Entertainment, I said the show is the coolest show in the world because you have all
This
these
show
people
is totally AI generated by Elon Musk's hidden computer. We're not real. We're not real. This is a deep dive marketing game for cigars.
Really, that's where we're gonna go. Now I'm gonna have to deal with the AI algorithms at YouTube. They're gonna watch the friggin' thing to make sure it's not, because lately they've been kicking off AI shows. Now, because you said that, they're like, I wonder if this is an AI show.
I want to have one of our guests, but I want a presenter that's an AI presenter.
David's working on that, by the way. He's doing that. David's working on that. We just bought some software where David can make a 15
but don't
to 20
take you're taking the steam out of my thing. I thought it was my original idea, right? Yeah. What we're gonna have is a presenter who looks real, who smokes cigars, but he's not real. I mean, again, another thing, I saw these Chinese robots, these female robots, just yesterday.
Oh, well, you saw those for a whole different person.
Fucking hell, the movement. I mean, just the walking movement is. Literally, in 4 or 5 years' time, we will have cyborgs, robots, everyone. We have achieved Blade Runner status.
Well, the nice thing for you is you can have a different date every night. So,
unlike you.
Well, I'm a busy man. I'm too busy taking over the world with the lizard people and the Illuminati. I got things, and smoking cigars and drinking scotch. I'm, an important person like that. So yeah. So no, I don't have time to play with my robots. Ooh, that sounds wrong on many levels. Well, my other jet is landing. So
that's Ruven. At the beginning, it was Ruven flying to Cuba, and now that's Ruven flying back from Cuba.
You know what's really scary in the amount of time we've done this show?
Ruven is really scary.
We could have done that. Then I'm waiting for Ruben to show up. We're literally at a 20-minute plane ride from each other.
No, he's a cool dude. You know what? Ruven is a cool dude.
I know he is. We're on WhatsApp. We have a dialogue every now and then, but I'm still waiting for him to smoke a cigar.
Ruven, you know who he reminds me of? Actually, now that we're talking about Ruven, he reminds me of Desi Arnaz.
Does he have that laugh like, I lost it?
No, but that very slick.
Oh, Rico Suave.
That's what Ruven reminds me of Desi Arnaz, not Desi Arnaz Jr.
Right.
Desi Arnaz. That's sort of like very, very, Latino, very sort of like slick, dressed really well, got the humor, got the thing.
That's why he doesn't want to hang out with me, because I don't dress well.
A true aficionado, not a fake aficionado.
Here we go. Like, are you talking about that person that made all this comments?
I'm a fake. Let's put it out there. I'm a fake. Yeah, I'm just trying really hard. I'm trying really hard. In fact, I'm trying really hard not to try too hard.
All right, Veg, you're doing great. I must tell you, the fans love you. When I run into people, they ask if you are really you. And I'm like,
did you see that message? You see that message? I would like a cigar.
I would like a cigar. Yes, I
can suggest one for you that in London that's got a big mouth.
Yeah, and it's a pussy. So there you go, because everything offends them. So
everything is offensive. Fucking hell, get a measure on your life, yeah?
Oh my God, grow a set of balls. Like I said, the girl that's coming on next week, she's got a set. I wouldn't want to mess with her. So she knows her stuff. Well, because she's a real cigar person, not somebody who's offended. So, it's just the way it goes.
Why are people offended? We're going to have to do a program on the psychology of why people are offended.
Because their parents
I don't think you've ever addressed that issue before on one of your shows.
No, and here's why they're offended. Because their parents didn't raise them right. Their parents were pussies as well. When we were growing up as kids in my era, back in the dinosaur era, before the earth cooled, the thing was like sticks and stones will break your bones, names will never hurt you. That's what you grew up with. Now it's like sticks and stones will break your bones and names will hurt you. Names don't hurt you. Grow the fuck up. You're a bunch of pussies. If your name's going to hurt you,
by the way, folks, I apologize for everything Steven says. He's on meds. He's on
No,
meds.
you're not.
He's on meds. He's on meds.
No, you're not.
He
You're not
doesn't quite know
qualified.
what the words are coming out of his mouth.
Oh, I know what's coming out of my mouth, and I'm holding back a lot. Let me tell you. But that's why there's a problem.
Disclaimer.
No.
Steven doesn't. Steven's just.
I'm drinking heavily this morning. Anyway, if you're like 45 and under, that's your problem.
Thank you.
You got a participation trophy. You got this. You got that. These people are a bunch of little wusses. So when they start saying, I don't care, I hurt your feelings, grow up. Your fact that you're so weak just bothers me, but I deal with it. And that's it. Like this person yesterday, I literally wanted to write, did your mommy and daddy not love you as a child? Did you not get breastfed? What the hell? Like, I didn't get breastfed as a child. My mom told me she liked me as a friend. It is what it is. So, I'm just saying.
Pissed off. You're really pissed off from yesterday.
No, I'm just going on a rant for fun. I'm trying to get the ratings. Anyway, but my point is that, come on, people, grow, what up. That's ridiculous. There you go. That's my little 2-second rant.
I'm glad you had a moment of catharsis.
This one's not here. I can get away with lots this week. Next week I have to be nice. This is not.
This is why this is the sandwich filler show. And the reason I said call it the sandwich filler show is that we don't have guests on. Usman is sort of like up with the crowds, right? I thought this is that one space that you and I have found between the two layers of bread, where you can add egg, salad, prawns, whatever you want. And that's what I had this morning. I had egg salad, and then I just had prawns. Right? You can fill it with whatever you feel like filling it with. Yeah. And I'm sure one of you, see double. One of us is going to eventually say something that perhaps offends someone.
Oh, I think we've already done that. We've passed that.
Yes, you have. You have.
Me? Yeah. Why is it always me? That's because I have no filter.
Well, because I'm the one saying it, so you can say you can throw it back at me.
No. I said.
This is why all these significant personalities of the cigar world do not come on this show. Oh, hang on, they actually do. So obviously they like it.
Yeah. And even when Aaron came on, we joked with Aaron. We joke with the jazz. We joked with everybody that comes on.
We joke with Amy.
Yeah, and Amy was she was a champ.
She's a good sport. Good sport.
And so, but that's my point. So when someone says something that's out of
with
context,
AJ.
Oh, AJ was great.
Remember when I asked AJ, who's there in the industry you don't like? And he just went, huh? What?
And then I answered for him, and I said,
I touched a nerve there.
Yeah.
Touched a nerve.
Yeah. And then I answered the question for him. I said you, and he said, that's right, you. So I was all my big jets landing.
What the fuck is that? Is that Ursa's cargo plane arriving to pick up spares from the Florida region?
That was my cargo plane that's going to Switzerland right now to go get part of the collection.
Die Schweiz.
Yeah, because I don't want yours to give you everything. I have to have a little something. So that's my cargo plane taking off. The nice thing about living here on the water is that it's on the water and it's beautiful. The view is gorgeous. I showed you earlier. It's gorgeous.
It was beautiful. I saw the sunrise actually because when you came on, I saw that sort of like orangey pink sunrise. And
that's right. And then the sun came out.
And eventually the sun comes out from behind you and you go to witness protection because you're in complete silhouette.
Right. I got the silhouette that comes out. Well, the sun's over there.
The halo.
I'm not sitting there. I'll do the wide shot for this. So I'm not sitting there. The sun's right there. So really this side of my face is going to be tan. So there you go. So that's why. But anyway, so I figured it's beautiful. I'm going to sit outside. There's no wind today, so I could be like a person.
Well, there you go. Ursa's taken it to a different level. He's not using the 747 cargo plane. He's using the Galaxy powerlifting plane. This lifts, what is it, something like 50 tons, 60 tons?
Yeah, it's like a pyramid plane, yeah. Wow, and that's going to be a lot of cigars.
Because now you have to use bigger planes when you get shit cigars from other than Cuba because the tobacco is just wet and ugh.
Oh my God! If I'm not mistaken, I was on one of the shows. He said his wife or he do smoke some non-Cubans every now and then. They enjoy it.
Who said this?
Didn't yours say that? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I think you may have dreamt that.
Maybe I was dreaming it. I don't know. Yours is listening. You can tell me if he smokes non-Cubans. Anyway, so we have that going for us. So next week, kids, we have on the show, we won't mention a name, but we have a female cigar influencer and aficionado, a true one. that actually knows the cigar business. And we may even have Guillermo, better known as Giuliani, come on the show as well. So that'll be fun. And if he doesn't come on, then his name forever will be Guillermo. And then if he does come on,
there's a bit of a queue developing. There's a bit of a queue developing of
people that want to show up.
Interesting, very interesting people. Honestly speaking, interesting people who know bits and pieces about the cigar industry from different perspectives. And if you watch these shows back to back, you actually get, I'll be honest with you get a bit of an educational journey. Apart from Steven's ranting, you get a bit of an educational journey on, you know, what cigars are about, what people are smoking, what they think about shit cigars, and what they think about great Cuban cigars.
There we go. So, you know, it's amazing that the guys at Davidoff London, not the Eddie and his dad.
No, Davidoff is in a league of its own. No. Okay. I will not hear this from you. I will not hear this from you. Yeah.
He says, Davidoff? I can smoke non-Cubans only in London. I love it.
No, Davidoff, it's a good job you mentioned Davidoff, even though you were going to slag them off, right? Davidoff.
I love Davidoff. I smoke their Yasmin all the time.
I don't say this just because Roy is a very, very fun, nice person. Yeah, I say Davidoff cigars.
Davidoff cigars. I will say this about Davidoff cigars. I enjoy the Yasmin and the Winston Churchill late afternoon, evening, whatever the hell it's called. I like those two cigars.
And as a tribute to Davidoff cigars, when I had a smoke with Jimmy last week, I think it was the beginning of last week, I went over next door to Davidoff. I conveyed your regards to Eddie. And to Mr. Edward Sahakian.
Oh, well, Mr. Edward.
Mr. Edward Sahakian doesn't need to speak. His aura is cigars. There's a glow. So Mr. Edward Sahakian was standing next to his son, Eddie.
Right.
But Edward has this, you know, in those Renaissance paintings, this sort of glow that emitted from a person, this holy presence of cigars.
Sure.
He had it.
Well,
Not everyone has it.
Because Mr. Ed, the older one, he's a legend. So that's a different story altogether. He's got great stories. So one day, apparently, they're going to come on the show, you said. So I'm waiting.
I don't ask anyone to come on the show. They ask to come on the show themselves.
Oh my God, here we go. What were you begging for before that you needed?
That's exactly the way I attend cigar lounges. I'm invited in. I'm a bit of a vampire. You have to invite the vampire in. Otherwise, the vampire can't walk in.
Okay.
You know what, Dracula, to cross the threshold, Dracula has to be invited in.
Oh no, I got all that. Yeah.
I feel as if I'm turning into the Dracula of the cigar world.
Oh, you're turning into something of the cigar world. Let me tell you. Yeah, I see that. So that'll be good. So, and that person who was on
Urs is messaging me, but Urs, man,
doing a show, yours. Come on, get with the program, dude.
Herr Alder, ich kann nicht sehen your WhatsApps very easily at this moment, sir.
Yes. Wait, can we get back to you on the WhatsApp there, pal? We're doing a show. Urs is like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm watching them live. It's like he thinks he's hanging. Dude, if you want to hang out, come on the show.
Accessing behind the scenes. Just come on to Urs. But anyway, the show's ending, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess we should end the show because Urs needs to talk to you. Apparently, it's more important than the show. So, anything we want to say to the fans before we run away for the day?
Yeah, send Steven more likes and subscribes on his Instagram feed, please.
Yeah, you can't wait.
And if you like this show, like it, click the subscribe button somewhere down there. And put up a filthy comment for Steven to get pissed off at.
The fuck? Me? You're the one who sent me the comment that got me going yesterday. I didn't send
you the comment. I just said, whoever you are, you should focus on the
thing
that
you sent it to me on WhatsApp to go, did you see this? So yeah, you sent me the comment.
Well, that was mildly passive aggressive of me because actually I wanted to stir you up a little bit. Just turn the key to the Ferrari.
Yeah, and that's what we did. We turned the key to the Ferrari. Now, who is the company that you want me to be the spokesman for now, or their ambassador?
Oh, I forgot.
Wow, you met them in
Les Fines Lames, the finest blades.
And what do they make before we go? Because now
they make things like this.
Here we go. Do a close up of Reza. That's what
so this is the cigar punch, which I wear on my wrist.
Oh, that's right. Okay, very nice.
Very classy stuff.
So,
Very classy, very elegant stuff.
Nice.
They
I
make
can't
they
wait.
make lighters. They make great ashtrays.
Oh my goodness! Look at me. I'll
The
have
thing
all
they're
sorts
known
of
for is the blade. They have this blade that
Yeah.
opens to cut
Right.
the cigar and
Oh, I got to have one of those. Take that on the airplane with you. That would be awesome.
that's right.
I can't wait. So, kids, it's been a wonderful show. As
I
we're
don't
about
like you,
to,
but I subscribe just so I can be reminded weekly how much I don't like you. You're a king, whoever you are, man. You're an absolute king. That's the
I don't
thing.
like you, but I subscribe just so I can remind
Yeah,
people how much I don't like you.
and that
Whoever
is the
you
way
are,
it is, man.
I love that. Whoever you are, this is their handle.
Whoever you are,
XXX.
you're Steven's best new anti-friend. I don't know
You
if that
are,
makes sense.
yes, you go to the top of the list. Love you for that. That's awesome. I love
If you have
it.
a name, Steven will give you a shout out as well.
That's their name. It's Triple X.
And
Triple X, Triple X.
if you send him $5, he'll buy a shit cigar too.
No, $7.50. Anyway, that's awesome. I love it. I don't like you, but I subscribe just so I can remind you I don't like you. I love this person. What a great sense of humor.
That's very cool. I think
is-
whoever that person is, they're so fucking cool. It's unbelievable. They're cool
That is-
cats as far as I'm concerned.
We did it. You made the show. Thank you for your comment at the end. That person, though, so we're clear, not a pussy.
Not a pussy.
That is not a pussy. That's a person with chutzpah. That's what we like. Person with chutzpah.
Chutzpah. We're back to the chutzpah thing, are we?
Not the chutzpah. I'm
It's
just
not,
making
it's not chutzpah. It's chutzpah. With a ch. Chutzpah.
It's gonna be a long day again. Okay. So
Some
do
phlegm has to go flying.
Don't have fun later. Okay, there we go. Kids, it's been a blast. So for you guys that are joining in the United States, remember the show starts at 7 a.m. Eastern time because Usman is in Pakistan and can't change his clock apparently because his wrist will hurt. So for the next 6 months, we're starting an hour earlier. If you missed any of the show, you can go back on catch it on Instagram, or you can go back into the main channel of 2OF Entertainment, and you can go to the live show and you can watch the whole live show. Or at 10 o'clock when we rebroadcast it, you can watch the whole show start to finish. And there you go. Don't forget to subscribe and like. XXX, or X to the third, as we'll call you. Thank you so much for your comment. Love that. That's my new favorite fan. Sorry.
Without a name, a fan without a name.
Fan without a name. Well, there you have it. Anything else you want to say before we go? Because now everyone in the United States is waking up and catching the show. I think we have to do like another 6 hours. But
Yeah, goodbye.
well, there is the show. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Everybody have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week. Princess, wherever you are, be safe. See everybody later. Cheers, everybody.